Good morning, folks. My name is Mike Mutry. I'm the Manager of Membership Engagement and Development for Hospitality Newfoundland and Labrador. Today, you have joined our H&L One Industry virtual trade show. So our core priority at H&L is supporting our membership and our related industry in whatever ways we can. And we're especially focused right now on how to mitigate the impact of COVID-19 on the businesses of our members and our industry as a whole. So we have fielded many questions and inquiries over the last couple of months around access to sanitary supplies and equipment, PPE, signage, and other products of the like. So we decided to put together a virtual trade show to allow suppliers who are part of our membership, but also part of the industry to come on and present what they have available, just to let our industry players and members know what's out there. So just to give a little bit of background on Abell Pest Control. Abell Pest Control is Canada's pest control company since 1924. They have competitive pricing and service from coast to coast in Canada. They offer full service pest control programs for your home or business, canine bedbug inspections, disinfection services for COVID-19, which is especially relevant right now, hand sanitizer programs, and bird exclusion. So without any further ado, I will give the floor over to Mr. Doug Rowling.
Good morning, folks. Thank you very much. This is a first for me. In all the trade shows I've done in the last 35 years, this is definitely a first. So hopefully everybody can hear me. I'm going to share my screen. Now it says here, is that something I can do, Mike? It's just share my screen, or how does that work? Oh, there we go. All right. So bear with me, folks. Now, I'm not exactly sure if you can see what I'm sharing, but I'm going to do my best to do so. Now, as Mike had mentioned, Abell Pest Control since 1924, but I'll skip all that part. He's already mentioned it. The main thing that we wanted to discuss, I think, is the disinfection services. We can provide disinfection services for businesses, whether it's treating hard surfaces or everything from apartment buildings to restaurant surfaces, anything along those lines. The big push right now seems to be hand sanitizers, and it's been a real challenge to get these devices and secure a good product out there. I'll just pull up on the screen. Just bear with me here. Now, hopefully everybody can see the system that I have up there. Abell has secured some excellent systems as far as, yes.
Anytime you change your screen, you will have to reshare. So if there's something, right now we're still seeing your first slide. So just try to
All right, excellent. Thank you very much for that heads up. This is a little different than the system we use.
Problem. We're all learning as we go.
All right, I'm going to just find that. There it is. Okay. Okay, so I'll just leave it on this picture because there really isn't a whole lot of picture aspect to this. Jumping into the parts that I think are the most important that people want to hear about are the hand sanitizer units. These are a hands-free system. They're a battery-operated hands-free system. We went with a product inside that is an alcohol-free. The product itself is a foam. We've learned a lot over the years about storage and sanitizers, and different types that use a heavy amount of alcohol can cause a lot of problems, both in storage and in some cases staining. So what we've really tried to source is a product that is just that. It's an alcohol-free, but it is 100% meant for everything from obviously COVID right through to anything and everything else. It's called Athletic Care Foaming Hand Sanitizer. And the prices of these are, let me again just pull up, I'll pull up the system that we have here as well and reshare it. Just bear with me. So the Abell system itself is nothing specifically interesting or different, but it is more of the concept behind it. What we've really found is that much like anything, whether it's odor control or anything along those lines, if it's not specifically maintained by somebody, it'll either be empty or broken or not working. And what we've done is we set up a program. So it's $35 a month for each unit, and that includes a liter of the product. Each liter works out to a little over 1,000 applications. So in some cases, if there's more use needed, it can be done or checked twice a month. It really depends on the program or need that you have. As far as the units are concerned, they are typically just placed on a wall, but we do have floor stands. I didn't, there are pictures in that last picture that showed the floor stands. We've got a variety of different floor stands that we've secured from different suppliers just to make sure that we've always got, a continuous supply. So there's a rental program, there's an outright purchase program. There is, pretty much something for everybody as far as the way that this works. We've already made the shipments. I'm actually looking on my other screen here. I've got shipments that have already landed in Dartmouth, Nova Scotia, which is our main branch in the east, and they're now being distributed to my Newfoundland team as well. So there's the product is here. It's ready to roll. I was also going to mention the concept of Disinfection Services. DR200, again, there's so many different products on the market, but the DR200 product is what we're using. It's very similar to what's being used on airplanes and other places like that. Its focus is on hard surfaces. One of the questions I usually get about using Disinfection Services is, well, what about the next day? It's right back to square one, and that unfortunately is the same thing with your hands. When you sanitize your hands and then you go around and start touching other things, you're right back to square one. The whole concept behind all of this is really just to break that cycle and hope that we don't lose out on that unlucky lottery, I'm calling it, because no matter what, in this crazy world right now, it still is a matter of some bad luck if you do run into something or someone that may have something that's being transmitted. There's not a lot else, Mike and Susie, I don't really know what else to really specifically say other than these services can be customized for your needs. Like we're taking care of casinos right now, which require excessive amounts of product. We're also taking care of, as I'd mentioned, things like an apartment building where we're setting these units up in laundry rooms where communal access is provided. So, utilize your own imagination. In a restaurant, it's kind of a no-brainer. They need to be right at the front door for clients, but they also need to be set up, depending on your situation, for your own staff to make sure that the cycle is broken. So, Mike, maybe what I can do is put it out there for questions and see if there's something, that I could better describe for somebody, or can I do that?
Absolutely. We don't have any questions coming in as of yet, but
Okay.
if you'd like to give the floor up and for questions, we can certainly do that.
Yeah, I mean, what I'll do too is I'll switch screens really quickly and just show another slide that I have. A slide, there's some old school names. Hang on, let me pull this up. Right there. Sorry, hang on one sec. So this here screen is just showing, again, other systems that are everything from in hygiene services. Like I said, we do have the hands-free disinfection hand sanitizer units, but also odor control from industrial right through to, small washroom odor control, to feminine hygiene bins, to auto cleans. The other thing I'll just throw in before, I let everybody go is that the one nice thing, and whether it's important to you or not really depends on your perspective, is that Abell is the only Canadian-owned national pest control company left. So I realize that many of you have not learned much about Abell until I joined H&L, and I will be continuing with H&L for as long as I can foresee. And I very much enjoy this group, but it's good to know that if you do decide to purchase something through Abell, 100% of that money stays in Canada, and it truly is a buy Canadian thing. So keep that in mind. Unfortunately, many of the other large companies that are in our country have been gobbled up by multinational companies out there, which doesn't make them bad. It just makes it very obvious that where that money is going. So that's really all I've got, Mike and Susie, as far as just in general, without going into pest control, which is really not what the subject's about today. It's hygiene services.
Excellent. Fabulous presentation, Doug. Really appreciate it. You obviously have a great array of products there that folks can avail of. So Doug, we have recorded this session, so we will be sending it out to all of our members and making it available for the general public. And
Perfect.
we'll also be including some contact information with that. So folks will be able to follow up with you guys directly if they find some products that they can avail of from you.
Perfect. And any questions at all, realistically, my email's direct. They can directly come to me, and I'll get back to them with answers on any of these systems or services.
Fantastic, Doug. Listen, we really appreciate your support. Thank you so much for being a part of this today, and we'll hope to talk to you soon.
Absolutely. Thanks again. This is quite the experience. I've never done a virtual trade show, but this is not the last one. So thank you very much.
It's been our pleasure. Take care.
Thank you. Bye-bye.